Hello guys, welcome to my this video, and in this Angular tutorial I will show you if you type any value on this input field, so based on this value the new input field will be shown in below. So guys, here it may the confuse. So if I type, suppose in this input field if I type 12, so here you can see first of all when I type 1, so the new one input field is appeared here, and if I type 12, so you can see the 12 input field appear in below of this input field. Okay, so guys, now suppose if I type 20, so you can see the based on this number, so here you can see 20 new input field is showing in below. So guys, actually my one viewers asked me to make this video, so that's why I'm making this video. And guys, if actually you I will say if you also watch this video, you can understand the functionality how it works. So I will suggest to watch. And now guys, I will show how you can do that. So first of all, I will open my Visual Studio Code Editor. So now guys, here in the HTML file, just here I will write a container. So container is not a part of this functionality for adding the space in left and right, so that's why I have added the container. And now guys, inside this container, first of all, here I will write the main input field where I will type the number. So here I will write div, only div. And now just here I will write a input, and the input type is text. And now placeholder, so placeholder, here I will write just anything, just a name. Okay, so when I will type any number in this input field, so based on this number in the below of this input field, it will be appear the new input field. So if I save first of all, and here you can see this is the input field. And now suppose if I type 200, so based on this 200 number, the new 200 input field will be shown below in this input field. Okay, so now guys, here I have to be write a functionality, because when I will type any number of this input field, so that time it will be appear. So here I have to be write the functionality. So functionality will be the method. So method will be kia. So because guys, when I will press any key from my keyboard, and when I will leave the key, that means when I will press any key from my keyboard, so that is key down, and when I will leave that key, so that is key up. So when I will leave the key, after pressing I will leave that key. Suppose if I press 1 from so here I'm just showing for example. Suppose if I'm pressing 1 from my keyboard, actually I can't show my keyboard, but suppose I'm pressing 1, so when I will press 1, so that time the key first up will be down because I'm pressing, and when I will leave the key, so that is key up. So this is the method name key up. And now guys, when I will up the key, so that time here I will perform a method. So the method name I will write here on key up. But guys, method name you can write as per your choice, that's not a mandatory. So method name you can write as per your choice. So this is the method. And guys, now here which value I will pass here, so that value I need. So guys, for that in the JavaScript and jQuery we write like id and document.getElement by id.value. So if I would write here id and like document.getElement by id, so that time I will get all the input field. In JavaScript and jQuery, if you know, then you can understand that is, and then dot value, so I will get the value. But in Angular it provides a defined thing, that is template defines variable. So guys, if you don't know template defines variable, so you can go to my Angular tutorial. There I have made the defined separate video of this, so you can better understand. So here guys, I will write the template defines variable. Template defines variable, the syntax is hashtag and then the variable name. So I have written the variable name, that is input, but here you can write any name as per your choice. And now guys, this is same like a id. In JavaScript we write, or jQuery we write mostly id, and then we get the DOM, and from here we get any attribute like value, name, anything. So in Angular it's the same like id. Okay, but here we write it's a template defines variable, but it's similar like id. If you know guys, id, when we write the css of id, so that time we write hashtag, and then like suppose this is the css, and if we write any css for id, so that time we write like this way, and for the class we write like dot, like this way, like this way. Okay, so guys, template defines variable is the same, because guys you can see here when I define the template defines variable, so the syntax is hashtag, and when we write any id css, so you know guys that is hashtag we use. So it's a similar like template defines I mean id, template defines variable is similar like id. So now guys, how I will get the value, I mean where which value I will put in this input field, so that value, suppose here in this input field if I press 12, so that means I have to be get the 12 and this value will be 12, so this value I need. So how you can do that, just here this input field, so I will remove this one because the value will get dynamically. So just how you can do that, just this input field you have to be call here and dot. So if I once call this input field, so that means I will get all the DOM property of this input field, but I don't need all the DOM property, I need only the value. So here I will write dot value this way. Okay, so there if I write this one, so I will get the value whatever I will type in this input field. So now guys, here I have to be define the method, so I will copy this method name and just in the ts file, this is the ts file. Okay, so guys, below the environment I have pasted this method and now parenthesis, and guys in here you can see I have passed the parameter this input dot value, this template defines variable and then value. So guys, for denoting this parameter here I have to be passed, this one actually the value, and for denoting this value I have to be passed a parameter here. So the parameter name you can pass anything, so here I will write the parameter name, that is value, and the type I have to be set, so value type will maybe any, but guys here actually I will type the number, so you can set the value type is number, you can set here, but I have set any means guys anything, you can press here string value, number value, anything. So I have written anything, but you can separately mention here number also. And now guys, here if I write console dot log and the print the value, this value, so first of all I will check I am getting the proper output in console or not, so this one I will save also. And now guys, here I will open the console first of all. So here is the console, and I will remove the console from here, and now suppose if I press 1 2, so you can see I'm getting 12. Okay, suppose if I press now 120, so you can see I'm getting 120. And now guys, again if I press 200, so you can see I'm getting 200, whatever I'm pressing, first of all 2, then 20, then 200, like this way. So guys, now I have to be make a loop up to 200 first of all. So now guys, here just I will do one thing, that is I will write the for loop, and for, and here I will write like let I equals to 0. If you don't know guys how to write for loop, so you can watch my another tutorial. And the for here I will write I not equals to 0, I equals to 1. So I will start from 1 and I will go up to the value. Suppose here I press 200, so I will be looped up to 200, and first of all I will start from 1. So here I have written that I will start from 1 and I will go up to the value. Value means 200, so here I will write this value. So I will copy this value and I will remove this console because I don't need that now. So I will go up to, so that's why it's a less than equals to, it's a equals to, I equals to, it's a value, up to value it will go, and now I plus plus. So now guys, here I will write console dot log and now I. Okay, so let's check it now what is happening. So now I will remove the console, and now suppose if I press 1 2, so you can see first of all 1, then 1 2 3 4, like this way I'm getting the number. If I press here 12, so I'm getting the number from 1 to 12. And now guys, again I will remove, and suppose if I press 4, so you can see 1 2 3 4, I'm getting the number up to 4. So that means here I'm getting the number how much I'm pressing in this input field. So based on this number I have to be bind the input field in this HTML tag. So how can do that? First of all, here I will write the variable, that is array, and the variable type will be same like any, and the variable is array variable. Okay, so now guys, which number I'm getting, like if I press here, suppose I will remove, and if I press here 8, so I'm getting up 1 to 8. So this 1 to 8 value I will push in this array. So guys, now here I will write this dot array dot push and this I. Okay, so now guys, if I write the console dot lock and this dot array. So that means guys, when I was placing the value, so that time I am getting like this way, but if I push this value in this array, so that time the value I will get in a array. So now I will save this one and I will check it again. So you will find the value I will get in a array. So now you can see, first of all, if I press 1, so I am getting 1 in a array, and if I press 12, so you can see I am getting up to 1 1 2 3 4 6 7 like 12. But here one thing is wrong, that is the first value now it's a 12, but here the first one it's already etching. Here you can see, first of all it's showing 1, then again it start from 1 to 12. So I have to remove the first value, because now it's the actual value, I mean the last output is the, I mean the last value is 12. So I have to be write from here 1 to 12. But the previously if I type, like again I will show, that is previously if I type here 2, so you can see 1, the previous value it's already etching here, and then you can see 1 again 2, the previous value it's, so guys the previous value it's already etching. So now guys I will refresh and again I will try to explain what's happening here. Suppose guys, first of all the input field is blank, and now if I type 2, so you can see I'm getting 1 2. Suppose if I refresh again, and now guys here if I type 2, so you can see 1 and 2 I'm getting again. But guys if I type here again 2, so the value is the 22. So that time it will be happen like the 1 and 2 it will be stored already, so it will not remove this 1 and 2, and again it will start from 1 to 2 22, because here the actual value is 22. So this 1 and 2 it's already still here. After that it start from 1 to 22, but I don't need the previous value, I need the actual, I need the last value is 22. So I will start from the 1 to 22, I need that. So that's why I have to be remove the array what's value is already etching. So for that guys, here just I will write this dot array it's blank. So first of all I will make it blank when I will press any key. So first of all I will make the array is blank, and then I will store. So now you will find this will be the perfect. So I will save, and here, so here now if I type here 2, so you can see 1 2, and now if I the actual value is 22, so you can see the 1 and 2 is removed, because guys here I have said every time the array value will be removed, and then you can see it's 1 to 22. So that is perfect guys. So now guys I have to be bind the input field up to this value. So here I will write another div. So just here I will write the another div. So div and this div, and now guys inside this div it's a very simple. Now here I will write input type is text, and now the placeholder name it's I can write anything, suppose name. And now guys here I will bind the value, because this array value, because inside this array I'm getting the number. If I type 22, so I'm getting the number 1 to 22. So this 1 to 22 up to 22 text field I have to be bind here. So here is the misspelling, so text, so I have to be bind. So how can bind? So using a ng for of loop. So here I will write ng for, and now let. So the syntax to write ng for of loop, so first of all I have to be write a variable. So variable is array of arr, it's a short form of array. You can write any name of this variable. So inside this variable I have to be store the value whatever I'm getting in this array variable. So now just of this array. So now guys array variable, suppose if I type 22 23, so that I'm storing in this array variable. So now the value of this array variable I'm accessing here, I mean I have assigned in this arr variable. Okay, so that is just for the bind that one. Okay, so I don't need, I mean that's for binding the for of loop. So how many types I mean how much value I will be push in this array, so up to that value the input will be bind. So guys here I don't need to bind like using a curly braces anything, just here I have binded how many type the value will be put here. I mean suppose if I press 2, so that time I am getting in this array 2, so the loop will be up to 2, and I will get the input field up to 2. So now if I save, and now if I write here 2, so you can see I'm getting the input field new 2 input fields. Okay, if I remove, so you can see the input field is removed. If I press 1, I am getting 1 new input field. If I press 2, so you can see here I am getting 12 new input fields, and if I remove, so you can see 1, you can see 0. So now guys, it's a done. And suppose guys, if you are thinking when I will click a button, so that time the input field will become, so it's also a very simple. Just here you have to be write a button type is button, and here when I will click the button, so here I will write the click method and equals to, and the method name, same method name, just you have to be pass here instead of this input field. So inside this button you have to be pass, and now here button name I will right click, and just from here just I will remove this one. So save, and if I press a 12, so first of all it will not happen because I remove this functionality into button. So when I will click this button, so you can see I'm getting the 12 input field. So this is very simple. And guys, now if you are thinking you can implement is the this one in reactive form, so you can do that. It's not related to this reactive form, it's a separate functionality, and the reactive form is the separate. First of, because reactive form used for validation. Okay, so guys, here it's not a I'm not doing any validation, so that's why I don't need to use reactive form, or you can use reactive form, so you can do that. So here this one is the actually functionality, so you can write this functionality for doing that. So I hope guys you have understand the functionality and you enjoyed this video. So guys, you can subscribe my channel for getting this type of new videos, and if you want to know anything, so you can write in comment, so I can make the video whatever you want. So I hope you will be you find this video is helpful. So please subscribe and also like this video.